Hey everyone, David DeHaas here, Living Waters, and Larry came in today. Larry's client is in the 10-day cleanse, but he's got an amazing story about his mother that he wants to share. And the reason why I'm bringing him on is because you need to know the power of colonics versus enema and how the brain-gut connection is so vital. So, Larry, start the story. You called me on a Sunday night, right?
I got a telephone call Sunday afternoon from my sister telling me, my sister and mother are living in Tempe, Arizona, and my sister's been taking care of her 24/7 because over the last few years she's fallen and broke her back, she broke her neck, and all these have healed since that. Then about 2 years ago, she fell and broke her hip. So she's got issues where she not real mobile. She's just been a trooper. Her mind is all there, really good. She's got a sense of humor. And my sister has a place in Tempe that she can take care of her real easy. So she's been 24/7 taking care of her. My sister's a nurse. So she calls and says, you should probably come down because Mom is failing really fast. And she's not sure she was going to make it even through the weekend. So my brother and I and my wife, we jumped into the car and we just started driving because we couldn't get a plane ticket that fast. We were going to get there Monday afternoon sometime. And she goes, well, she'll probably still be here when you get here, but she's really failing fast. So we get down there and I walk in to see my mom, and her face is pale, her eyes are cloudy, and I walk in, I smiled at her, and her face lights up and she smiles at me, but it was a weak smile, and she gave me a hug and a kiss, and told me something. My dad had passed away about 1.5 years ago, and she basically said that my dad had been there to see her and told her that, anyway, we knew she was close to the other side because apparently my dad said he had to move, and my sister said to her, well, Mom, where is he moving? He said, I don't know, but he said he's not leaving without me. And we thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, so my sister said, Mom, where is Dad? And she said, he's standing there in the back of the room. And, of course, we can't see him, but I believed her. So, but you could tell from her eyes, they weren't, and I thought, yeah, she's probably, if she makes it through the night, or, probably in the next day or two, she's going to pass. And so my sister starts explaining that she had her intestine on her right side was all inflamed, and it hurt her to the touch. And then she said they tried to do an enema. They did one of those great big enemas that they do in the hospital. Because my sister, and also my mother's younger sister, who's 80 years old, she's in really good health. Diabetic, but anyway, so they both are nurses, and they both tried to do an enema. They tried 2 enemas. They tried it twice. Nothing happened except they moved the pain up into here and then down into the left side a little bit. But it had been 5 days since she'd had a bowel movement. And it was becoming toxic to her. And so that's hence the weak eyes and the weak, her face was pale. And just to look at her, I've got a picture on my phone. You can look at her face and it just looks like it's about close to death.
Right.
And the next day goes by and she's still there and she wakes up and, but still weak. And I laid down with her and she likes to sing songs, so we'd sing a little bit, but it was weak and, so then I tell Cindy, she's still no bowel movement, and they're still, they're talking about blockage. Hospice comes in and they say, well, just make her comfortable and, maybe give her some pain pills because she's hurt.
Which will bluff it up more.
Yeah. So my sister gives her pain pills, and then I think it was maybe that night, after the second day I was there, it just clicked on my head. What about a colonic? Get that crap out of there. See if we can't try that, at least it'll make her more comfortable. And my sister, her jaw kind of drops a little bit, and she says, I thought of that once. She said, but there's no way Patricia and I can move her, but you guys are here, let's do it. So we looked she knew where everyone was there in Tempe, so we looked up the address real quick, we ran over there, just a couple blocks from her house. And we go in and the lady said, can your mom push? And we said, no, probably not. So she said, okay, let's do the closed system. We go to her office. She had another one. She scheduled us for the next day in her Scottsdale office. So we go up there and she does the closed system. We get my mom on the table. We start the colonic. We basically had to carry her there. So after the colonic, that day we get home. Oh,
Yeah, tell the story.
yeah. Okay. So she's doing the closed system and we're watching the tube and some stuff's coming out. It looks good. Yeah, okay, good. Some stuff is moving. And my sister's like, oh, good. Yeah, see, look, it's working. But I didn't see anything big. You really couldn't get anything big through that little tiny hole in the tube they used. And I kept thinking, so about 35, 40 minutes into it, the lady looks up and she says, I think I'm not able to get any more water in and it's not coming out. She says, so I think your mom's probably done. Well, what happened is the blockage came right down there and it kind of stopped because when this is going to be gross, but when she pulled the tube out, the blockage came through and it went all on the table. Luckily she had pads, we just rolled it up and threw it away. But after that, even leaving, getting out and getting my mom in the car, she had her hands on her belly and she kept going, look at my belly, look at my belly. And what I could see is that rather than her pale, white, weak face and her cloudy eye, her face had pinked up and her eyes had brightened up, especially later that day. We got her home. She actually sat up at the table for, about 15 minutes or so, and she ate something. And after not having a bowel movement for almost 6 days, no, it would have been almost 7 days.
Wow.
Without a bowel movement. And so then that evening, she eliminated, kind of, wet and, because she had a colonic. But still, I thought, good, it's moving. So the next day we went for a second colon, and that went really well. But what was amazing is she just had light in her face and in her eyes, and she got up and ate breakfast, and she came out and we had her sitting. She can't walk very good because all her hip issues and back issues, but we got her in the wheelchair and brought her out, and we got her into another chair, and she sat and watched TV and just had a really good day. So we spent a couple of nice days with her where she was a little more alert. And my sister said, wow, good call, Larry. She's going to be happier. She's still going to pass. But heck, we probably gave her another month or two. I don't know, maybe.
Larry showed me the pictures and her very pale white skin, dark circles under her eyes prior to taking and having the colonic. After the dark circles are gone,
yeah,
and you got up and you put her in the doggone hot tub.
Yeah,
she went to the hot tub.
She wanted to have us all carry her out to the hot tub. So we went in the hot tub and she just had a blast. She loved it.
I mean, you can see the pictures, just a night and day difference. It's just
night and day. Yeah. It shocked me, and I thought, oh dang, why didn't I think of it the first day I got there? But
right.
At least, after being there a couple of days, we're thinking about her passing and how we'd already contacted the funeral home and what we're going to do and how we're going to move her.
Yeah, well, that's amazing story. So the thing is to understand is that we know without a doubt, and we've been doing this for a long time, is that the reason why I had Larry come on is the brain. There's more messages from the gut to the brain than the brain to the gut, and there's more neurons in the ear than your spinal column. So when basically her system was shut down,
yeah,
and she can't think because that neurons aren't firing and wiring the nerves.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was that she was starting to get all infected in there and because literally her face was paler, her breathing was shallow, her thought process was slow. When you said things to her, you had to give her time to tell you. And I mean, I came in and did a 10-day, and yeah, I felt better, but seeing this with my mom was like, wow.
Yeah, acute care, basically.
Yeah.
Acute situation.
Yeah.
It can be pretty dramatic.
Yeah, to see the difference, the before and the after, to actually see it with my eyes.
In just a day.
In just one day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after one colonic.
Yeah. So if you're watching this for the first time, so he talked about a closed system. In Living Waters, we use an open system, which Larry's very familiar with. The difference is that she could have just released constantly right there on the bed, and nothing wouldn't have been a mess because everything goes right down the tube right away. Whereas in a closed system, they have a 5/8 inch tube. And if you got a big blockage like she did,
Yeah.
right, it's like a big cork in a bottle and it can't get out. So the only way they can, in a closed system, they have to squeeze a tube, and it's really uncomfortable to try and break it up. If you've got something that's been in there for 5-6 days, it's as hard as a rock, and it's just hit her rectum there and couldn't come out. Well, that's why when they pulled it, and then that foop let it out, your anus just expands, and that came out, and then the water came out too. In an open system like we have at Living Waters, the tube's tiny, so it just goes around the tube. Really easy, and you can get a lot more releases in a session, so you don't have a mess to deal with. But the cool part of the story, though, I wanted to share with you guys to understand that, look, it's really important, no matter what age you are, to do colonics, to get the brain functioning properly. You got to have the gut working properly.
Yeah,
and pain meds shut down transverse colon.
Yeah.
Any pain meds shuts down. If you've been and had surgery, you know you're constipated because that can't do peristalsis.
Yeah. What was amazing to me is that, you know, we didn't save her life by any means, but we sure made her a whole lot more comfortable. And where we thought she was going to go any minute, maybe in the night, maybe during the nap, during the day, we were all prepared to walk in and see her just lying there, not breathing. But we knew she was in pain and it hurt. And so like my sister said, hey, even if we just make her last few days more comfortable, and we actually extended them a bit.
Yeah, it's been a week, right? It's been a week.
Yes, her birthday is in December, and she's always said she wanted to live to be 87 because her mom lived to be 87. Well, she'll probably make it now.
And she's familiar with colonics, so she can keep going back.
Yeah, and I know they'll keep going back. And then the interesting thing was, her 80-year-old sister saw what it did to her, and she came back the next day. And she did her own. She wanted to do it too.
Awesome.
Yeah. So she's hooked on it now too.
We got the whole family.
Yeah.
Getting colonics.
Yeah. So
that's
and,
great.
and one of my brothers who's down there, he came in too, and he'd never heard of it, and he just had an attack of pancreatitis, and he just got out of the hospital, so he's in bad shape, but he's thinking of doing it too.
Well, that will change his world as well.
Yeah. That'll help keep him clean and moving. And
awesome. Well, good job, Larry.
get the toxins out. Yeah.
That's excellent. So you guys, you got to get educated on this. If you haven't done it, if you're in Boise, come try a colonic. If you're wherever you're at in the United States, go do some colonics. We have people fly here all the time to do our 10-day process. If you want to learn about our 10-day, which Larry talks about quite a bit, it's done. Go to healingtheincurables.com. Healingtheincurables. We go to a great amount of explanation, as Larry talked about. When your gut's looking like this, which is what happens from stress. You're going to have a blockage, which is what happened to his mother and happens to a lot of you watching. So only way to fix this is hydration with water. And so water going in is going to dissolve that, but it's also going to get this muscle moving again because you're going to hydrate it, and then you'll rebuild the muscle so it actually can push. When it's been constipated, it can't push. So it takes a bit to rebuild that muscle, but it can be rebuilt. So you guys make it a blessed day. Go watch the video at healingtheincurables.com. Thanks, Larry, for sharing. Cool story. Made my day.
Yeah. Made my week. My mom's still alive.
That's awesome. See, if you like what we've been sharing with you, please give us a thumbs up. Make a comment down below. Please do share with your friends and family and your associates. I'm David DeHaas from Living Waters, where miracles begin by healing from within.